Brian Bruce, voice of the T-Bones, back with Miles Wolff, the American Association Commissioner, publisher and founder of Baseball America. I was there for 18 years, basically became the Bible of minor league baseball and Major League Baseball. So very influential figure, and glad to have you in town for the league meetings. We appreciate your time. An important question. Independent professional baseball, do you view it more as its own individual entity or more as a breeding ground for affiliated ball, kind of what you talked about earlier, or both at the same time?
I think it's more of an independent entity. We love that our players will go to the big league clubs, will get to the big leagues, but I think we're our own product. Minor league baseball does not like us at all. They fight us, but the fact that we've been able to survive, and the big league baseball really likes us, because it's sort of a really cheap, affordable place for them to get players. So, some things happened that I didn't expect in '93, but as I say, from the Major League angle, they love us. The minor league level doesn't, but I think we're our own entity.
Well, that's what I was going to talk to you about next, and you kind of, again, nice segue into that, but as you mentioned, there has been a strain over the years between independent professional baseball and affiliated. Why do you think that is, and does that still exist at the same sort of level that it once did?
Among certain clubs, it does exist. Before independent came around, minor league baseball was a monopoly. Your only choice if you were a city was to get an affiliated team, which meant the price of those teams really went up. So there was another option for cities to get baseball. The minor league territorial rules became so huge that a lot of cities couldn't get baseball. We enabled them to get it. So lots of things happened, but the minor leagues, they do view us as competition. That they just as soon we not be there.
Interesting. Well, the American Association this year is very exciting for us, not only here in Kansas City, but the growth of the American Association. 14 teams now, of course, adding Kansas City, Fargo, Winnipeg, and Gary. And the Pensacola franchise has become the Amarillo Sox. So, the growth is exciting. As commissioner, what are your thoughts on the expansion and the changes that have occurred prior to this 2011 season?
Well, the fact that we got the 4 clubs that we did from the Northern League, these are really strong franchises, really great ones, great stadiums. Just makes our league that much better. We went in thinking it would be a merger of the 2 leagues. And it worked out that the 4 strong ones really wanted to be with us. So that was good. Now it looks like we'll get Schaumburg in next season in 2012, which is another great facility and should be a strong member for us. So, I think the league is growing. Growing up in the old minor league era with the old American Association, Kansas City was always a member of it. St. Paul was, Wichita. So we are in many ways what the old American Association was. So it was great to get these cities in that makes us that much stronger for everybody. When you got 14 teams, you aren't as dependent on if somebody's weak. You aren't hurt that much if they leave.
Absolutely. Well, Miles, as we wrap up segment number 2, kind of on a lighter note, you talked about Bull Durham and Kevin Costner and the big fan of baseball that he is, and the big proponent of baseball, but also Bill Murray, the famous comedian, has been really involved with independent pro baseball and minor league baseball over the years. Any experiences you've ever had with Bill, or any funny stories you can share, because he's really a jokester?
No, well, he's just a big fan. It's more he will come to a game. I've seen him up in Brockton on several occasions. He just really enjoys it and has been involved. He's still involved in St. Paul. Will come there. He'll go on the field and do something pre-game, throw a ball over the stands. But bottom line is, he's a good, solid guy. Once we had an incident where some fan was yelling something very objectionable to Darryl Motley, the ex-Kansas City Royal, and Motley was coming up in the stands to get him, and Bill Murray ran in the concourse to stop him, and then Bill Murray had to stop Darryl Motley from beating up a fan, because this fan, we had to throw the fan out, but he cared enough and was aware enough that this is a bad situation. It wasn't like calling an usher. He went down there and corrected it himself.
Bill Murray was the usher.
Yeah, right. So no, I remember that one specifically.
Well, in Kansas City, we all remember Darryl Motley, of course, a huge home run in Game 7 of the World Series in '85 to help the Royals win. So anyway, we'll come back with Miles here for our final segment, segment number 3.